Hello. Hi. It's Kira with her bundle of bright roses. Look how cute. Look how cute they are. It's Saturday morning here. You can't tell from how dark this is, but I thought it was really pretty. I could have put my ring light on, but I thought, no, I quite like this. Sort of with the roses taking center stage. I got these recently from Primark, and they are featured in my Primark haul, which will be on my other channel shortly. Also sprach. So that will be listed below. I really like the sound of them too. And I'm just looking in the camera lens or the viewfinder, and I'm just adoring the dark and light together. So pretty. And I'm in my new recording space. I wish I had before and after pictures, but to be honest, they wouldn't be that spectacularly interesting. But basically, I have a small little nook off of my living room. It's not quite a box room. It's not quite big enough to be a box room, but I had been using it as a meditation space, and because it's kind of like, what do you use this space for? And I thought, yeah, I'm going to set up my recording equipment here, but it doesn't have windows, so that's why it looks dark despite it being 11:20 a.m. And I thought I'd do a wee rambly chat with you all. Just telling you what's going on, and perhaps just to keep you company while you're doing what you want to or need to do in your day. As mostly occurs, I do have a little friend here with me. The friend in question is called Joe, cup of. I do amuse myself, you know. If nothing else, I do amuse myself. You can't really see this so well because it's not very lit, but it's got a bee and pretty flowers. Actually, let me just do this. Now we have a plate of roses. Can you see the plate a little better now, maybe? There's the bee. So I thought I would just have a bit of a ramble. Make some ear-to-ear pretty sounds, I hope. Tell you what's going on and such. Let me just put my coffee back on my saucer. But look, isn't it so nice to have a cup and saucer in it? It is. This one has a gold rim though, so I can't microwave it, which is basically kryptonite for Kira. Being told I can't microwave my coffee. Under the roses here is sheepskin. This is a square. You can't quite see the edges, but it's not much further out than you can see. And I actually found 2 squares of sheepskin on the street the other day. Yeah, I'm a street scavenger. Absolutely, I am. If I see something on the street, I will absolutely pick it up and take it home. Not everything. I mean, if it's something good. Because, you know, you just wash things and people throw out good stuff. Anyway, yeah, 2 squares of sheepskin. I looked under it when I saw them on the street because I was like, what? That can't be for real. And aye, it's proper sheepskin. Now, I did wash them, and I hand washed them and then hung them out to dry, and the underside now, the actual sort of leather, is very tough. But to be honest, that's okay, because my intention was actually to make possibly some wall art out of the sheepskin to feature in my videos. I don't have a particular notion in mind just yet, but well, for the moment it's just featuring in the video. Pretty. So today, actually, you know, I'm using you. I'm gonna use you right now because what I might do is do a before and after. This is something I used to do with a friend of mine when we were doing workouts. We were doing these workouts from the same trainer on YouTube. Her name's Caroline. I can't think of her last name now. Girvan. Caroline Girvan. She's Irish. She does excellent workouts, and my friend and I were doing the workouts, but she lives in America and I'm in Scotland, so we, weren't physically together. So what we would do is we would leave each other voice messages before a workout, just saying like, right, I'm about to do X, Y, and Z. And then we would leave each other voice messages afterwards. And it was really nice because it sort of felt like you had company and you were sort of accountable as well. Like when you first sent that first voice message, you knew, like, right, I know I'm going to send the second one after I'm done. So I'm sort of maybe going to use you for that. I hope you don't mind. And my reason being that I'm planning. I was going to say hoping. No. I'm planning to do a bunch of videos today. A bunch of YouTube ASMR videos because I have so many that I want to do. Hello. Allow me to interject. This is future Kira. Kira of about 2 weeks into the future. Although when you listen to this, I'll be in the past. But I was a later Kira than the Kira you've just been listening to. I am editing this video about 2 weeks after I did it, and I'm now actually in New Jersey visiting my dad, which is lovely, having a very nice time. He is ill though, so that's hard, but we're still having a good time. And I'm now just walking on a wee trail, and there's animals scuttling in the bushes and making sweet sounds. But I did just want to say that the reason I tried to do so much recording on this day that you're listening to, it was because of travel, and I just want to say that it was not a good plan. So if you are someone who deals with ADHD or in some way finds it very, very hard to get things done for whatever reason, please don't push yourself like I did on this day. At the end of the day, I basically couldn't stop crying. Not that I was sad about anything in particular. Well, I guess, yeah, worried about my dad and all of that. But it was more that I just had pushed myself way past my comfort level. And the whole next day, I was really, really low. And I can't correlate the two things 100%, but I do know that when I do exhaust myself to that level, I do tend to get very sad. I can now through the lens of dopamine, through the lens of ADHD, I can now recognize, that's probably a dopamine crash or whatever. Because I've had that experience a lot of times in the past, and it wasn't like physical exhaustion. It was a sort of a mental, just worn out kind of exhaustion. So I should have known better, really, because how many times have I tried to push myself to have a really, 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 really productive day, thinking, tomorrow I'll rest. Yeah, it's great in theory. In reality, no. I've tried that several times and it doesn't work, so I have to find different ways of doing things, and I will. And but I just wanted to say that please don't watch this and think, I'm going to be really productive tomorrow as well. If you find that very hard, then don't do as I did. That's all I wanted to say. I mean, I did record videos out of it, so I did do what I set out to do. So that's something. Anyway, this is just me recording on my iPhone, so Lo-Fi Kira shall now hand it back to Hi-Fi Kira of 2 weeks ago. And I'll keep looking over my shoulder, because I swear there's a larger mammal around, other than me, because all the birds there's a lot of birds calling in a sort of a anxious way, so I'm wondering if there's a fox or a coyote or something like that around. That would be excellent. Anyway, that's all. Back to previous Kira. Bye. Anyone that has listened to my last few videos well, I think particularly my last one, will know that I am at the moment coming to terms with and sort of realizing that I sure do seem to have ADHD, and kind of just always thought my whole life that I was just quite inadequate, because I couldn't do a lot of things, and I would sit down and do things and just couldn't bloody do them unless it was last minute, and then I'd be exhausted even if I did manage to get things done, and just thought I was very alone in my ways that I disliked so much. And now I'm realizing, so a lot of people are like this. And it's such a relief. Also painful, thinking about all the times I've been so cruel to myself. But that's a whole other video I'm gonna do. I've actually been taking notes on my phone of things I want to talk about in an ADHD specific video, which I think I'll break into 2 parts. One of them will be some of the traits that I thought were just, personal flaws that I now realize, that's probably ADHD related too. Look at my thingy, isn't that pretty? I don't know if you can see it well because of the light. Oh look, I can use you like a torch. Isn't that nice? I'm telling you what to think. Isn't that nice? Yes. And then I thought maybe the second part of that video would be things that I'm sort of planning on trying, or things that I already find that work for me in terms of living with ADHD and such. So that'll be another video. Probably won't do that today because I feel like I really want to be like, I don't want that to be a day where I'm trying to do a whole load of videos, because it's important. Not that the other stuff isn't, but when it comes to mental health, I just feel it's important that I be absolutely present. But what was my point in saying all of that? I was saying, oh yes. Anyway, that many of you will know this whole ADHD thing I'm on. Not on like a wee discovery thing, but discovery journey. I think that's where I was going with that. Journey of discovery, even, if you will. But so anyway, I find things really hard to do, to get done. But I think I am someone who, despite finding it hard to do things, I think I work well when I know that I can work intensely for a few hours and then be done. For example, with my YouTube videos, and don't get me wrong, please, I enjoy making videos. I actually enjoy it so much that because I have so many ideas, it becomes an overwhelming notion, because I'm like, oh, I want to do that one, I want to do that video, I want to do that video. And so I think that I will do well to just get a bunch of videos done, because I actually find the editing of videos to be not too difficult. It's the more time-consuming part, but the reason, or one of the reasons it's not too difficult in a way, is because it is quite methodical. Is methodical the right way to put it? Yes, I guess it's the non-creative side of things. Well, it can be creative, of course. You're adding... No, that's not true to say. It totally can be creative. But... it's a more structured kind of creativity, maybe, is the way of putting it. But then also, and probably this is the more important part, is that I can actually do it outside of the house. That's one thing that I will mention, actually. Maybe I need to add it in my notes. I was going to say, I'll write it down now, but actually I'm recording it, so I'll remember. Alright, Kira, when you're editing this, don't forget to put it in your phone, because you'll forget otherwise. But one of the things that I was already doing before I knew I had ADHD, by the way, I don't have a diagnosis, but at this point I'm like, well, whatever, I have some sort of neurodiversity thing when I have a diagnosis, so that, you know, it might change, but there's just so much overlap with what I hear other people's experiences are. So, anyway. Oh yeah, the thing I had already been doing, which I then, sorry, I'm so struck by the light, like how you can see the darkness in my hand, contrasted with the brightness of the rose, and how it's lighting up parts of my hand. Oh, it's just so beautiful to me. It sort of reminds me of like a Caravaggio or something, like one of the romantic painters, or is that the right way of phrasing it? Just, oh, it's just so pretty. You know how they would have rich, deep, dark colors and layers, and oh, I don't know. So one of the things I've heard as a recommendation for people with ADHD is that because our brains constantly seek out novelty, is one of the ways you can achieve that novelty is by going to new spaces to do what you need to do. And I had already known that, but hadn't really quite computed it, or hadn't put it in that framework of ADHD and novelty, which is to say, I work really well from coffee shops. Well, I shouldn't say really well, but a lot better than at home. And then I also tire of the same coffee shop. I'll start to feel like it becomes like a darker place for me. It becomes a place where I'm forcing myself to do things, and I hadn't understood before what that was, like why what that was, and now I realize, yeah, it's because the novelty is worn off, so you're not getting a dopamine hit anymore. It never made sense to me before, but it makes so much sense now. all that to say that editing is not too difficult for me. Or it is in the very least achievable, and also it doesn't stress me out because I know, like, once I pack up my computer and headphones and put them in my bag and I head outside, I know that when I go to a coffee shop, I will work and I will edit. So it just takes mental burden off of me, whereas recording I have to do at home. You know what I would love though? I would love to have like not my own studio because that'd be ridiculous, but like a shared studio where, let's say, I could set up all my equipment and let's say twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays or whatever, from 12 to 5, that's my studio space, and then I could go in there and record my videos in there. Actually, maybe I can do that at some point. I mean, of course they have those spaces, but what I'm saying is, like, it would need to be quite affordable, so that's the question. I had to pause there because the bin man was coming by. I could hear him making a ruckus outside. A ruckus, I tell you. So, what else was I saying? Oh yeah, so, I am going to try to record a bunch of videos today. So, after I mean, this is a video. You should see my face right now. I'm actually like, I have a stunned expression on my face because I'm like, I am already doing the thing that I said I would do. So after this, I'm gonna go for a wee walk up the hill, come back, put a timer on. Or actually, I was wondering, will I put a timer on or will I do a stopwatch? It's like the same thing but the opposite, but the same. In the sense that, well, timers are one of my very best of friends. Very, very, very best of friends. So I often, when I really, really don't want to do a thing, I will put a timer on. I actually did it just now. And it's not when I don't want to do a thing, but when I'm overwhelmed really more than anything. Just now I was like, right, put a timer on. And for 10 minutes I just like sorted out. You know, I brought in my computer and turned on the lights and did what I needed to do to prepare for this video, which wasn't much. But when there's a few steps involved in anything, I get really overwhelmed and my brain gets a bit melted. But if I have a timer on, I'm like, right, in 10 minutes? Yes, I can do it in 10 minutes. So I like timers, but I thought maybe today I'll actually try a stopwatch, because if I, for example, give myself like a 2 or 3 hour timer to record videos, I'm pretty good at faffing around, and like, for example, a 1 hour timer, that puts the pressure on me, that's good. Anything over a 2 hour timer starts to make me be a bit overly lax, because I'm like, great, I have 3 hours, no, I need to hurry. And then I just start to zone out, and I don't have that like time pressure that apparently people with ADHD do well with. I certainly do. The sort of like race against time thing gives you that bit of a wee boost. So I thought maybe if I actually do a stopwatch, then it's sort of like a race. Like, oh, how quickly can I get, let's say 3 videos done? Which will mean I'll have recorded 4 videos today. I mean, that is pretty good. And I think I do well with, pushing. Obviously not pushing so much that it's stressful, but I don't do well with moderation. So like 2 videos a week is fine, but I do better kind of with the feeling of like, oh, look at me go. It excites me, but it's tricky to balance that with, you know, not also feeling like you must do more, Kira, or you are failing at everything. Yeah, balance really is not the thing that I come across well easily. But I am slowly decluttering my house. I say slowly. Results are slow, but I'm doing pretty well with it. I actually really wish I had taken like before videos, but I felt kind of embarrassed. I was like, well, there's no way I would share this with anyone. And it wasn't horrendous. It's not horrendous. It's just a normal home. But my capacity for dealing with clutter, I think, is quite low. You know, it kind of, it adds to the overwhelm that I tend to feel. So that's why I've been decluttering, which I have mentioned in previous videos. So if you haven't heard that, then you probably haven't maybe heard previous videos, in which case, hello and welcome. But yeah, I've been decluttering away, and every few days I take a big bag to a charity shop of things. It's so nice. It's so nice to get stuff out of my house that I know I don't need. But I will take after videos. Specifically, I thought I would show you some things that I'm trying out. Like, it won't be particularly interesting by any means. Maybe some people hopefully will find it interesting. People who also might be thinking of wanting to tidy and declutter and organize and stuff. Because a lot of the videos I've been watching online with advice, they kind of say like, first declutter, then see what you have and sort of like observe what your tendencies are and then work with that. Like if your tendency is to, for example, I have a coat rack. It's like it was fixed in my apartment. It was already there. I have a coat rack right inside the door. But I do not stand there and take off my coat, because I typically am carrying like a rucksack and a bag of something or other, which I don't want to lay down on the floor. So anyway, I take off my shoes at the door, and then I wear my coat all the way through into the dining room, and that's where I, take out my shopping and take off my rucksack or whatever. So, where do I put my coats? I put them over the dining room chairs, or over the back of the dining room chairs. So, what I got, which will also be featured in the Primark haul that I shall be putting up, are over the door hooks for the back of the dining room door, and that's where I will put my coats. Then, of course, every few days I'll move them back into the coat area, but it's okay that they're in the dining room, like, as long as they're not in the way of anything, which they won't be on the back of the door. How cute are these roses? They're so cute. Right, so what videos am I going to do today? Oh, this is one video. Yay! And like I said, I'm going to come back later and do a, this is what I got done kind of video, hopefully. If I don't, then just assume that I've done really well. Thanks. So I'm going to do a humming video, which was suggested to me. Thank you for that suggestion. That's a really good idea. I'm going to do that. I think that'll be really enjoyable to do as well. So I shall do a humming video. What else was I going to do? I was maybe going to do... Oh, I had written a list. I've written a list, but now I can't remember what I have on there. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do a video of, let's call it Language of the Fairies, where I intend to speak entirely in, what you might call a language that is not... I don't want to say made up. I don't want to say it's a made up language. I want to say that it's a language that perhaps is not entirely rooted in reality. That'll be fun. So basically me making random sounds is what it's going to be. Then, what else was I going to do? I think I was going to do... what else was I going to do? Oh yeah. I wanted to do close ear whispers and just kind of ear to ear, like intense ear to ear sort of sighs and breath sounds and inaudible whispers and close in ear whispers and that kind of thing. I won't do this today, but another day I will catch up on some of my reading videos. Oh man, I'm so bad at like starting something and not finishing it. But, you know, I did that video, well, you may or may not know, depending on who's watching, who's listening, depending on who you are, you may not know, but then again you may, that, I was gonna do the Artist's Way book, and I read the first chapter more or less, and then, you know, didn't do anything else with it. But I am gonna come back to that. I am. And then Fantastes is another book that I was reading. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it actually, that I do like particularly like maybe like do similar videos together. Like, I don't know why it seems inconceivable that I would do a reading video today. I don't know why, but I just don't feel I can, whereas the idea of doing a few reading videos together feels doable. What is that about? Here, I'm putting the roses on your ears. I'm not sure that actually, I think that's a bit too intense. This is the roses moving along the actual mic holder. Okay, well, let me have a last sip of coffee. Then I'm gonna, what am I doing? Then I'm going to put on my workout clothes, head for a walk up the mountain, then come back and do those videos. Just do them. I hope I do succeed in doing those videos today, or even, I guess even half of what I set out to do. I have felt this way so many times, this sort of idea of like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do things. Yes. And I sort of feel like by sheer will I will be able to do it. But it always comes with a bundle of anxiety knowing that I have felt this way before and have not succeeded. But things are different now. Now that I understand a bit more why I feel that I can't do things, things are different. I just need to figure out how to live with this new information that I have. By the way, I'm going to start over the next few days, hopefully, I'm going to start my Patreon or open it up, and also channel memberships. So I'll keep you updated on that. It will be primarily a way that you can support me if you have it within your capacity to do so. But just know that anytime I speak about it, which I will, I feel no sense of entitlement that anyone would join or, must join or anything like that. It's just going to be an option, that's all. I'm not quite sure though what, perks to add. That's what's kind of holding me up. But I'll figure it out. With the help of these roses, I'll figure it out. Look at you. Okay, well, hopefully you'll hear from me again in what will for you be about 10 seconds. Hopefully. Okay, see you then. Hello. I am back. It is me. I am back. It is me later in the day. It is now on my days. Oh my god, it's almost 9:45. How did that happen? Wow, that's... I was feeling proud of myself, but to be honest, now that I look at the time, I'm like, wow, okay. But I did record the videos that I had intended to record, so including this one, I recorded 4 videos today. Yay! I used a Pomodoro timer, like just an online one. What's it called? It's running right now, actually. Where is it? It's just, pomofocus.io. And I've done 4 Pomodoros today, which means basically 2 hours. It took me the whole day to do 2 hours. Gosh. Well, that is what it is. I mean, I also did other things, like I put on a load of washing and I hung those out. Like clothes washing, and I went for 2 walks, and what else did I do? A little bit of translating. Whatever. My plan really was to do 4 videos regardless of how long it took, and I did that. So I really can't and shan't be hard on myself. And in a way, it's good to see how much I can get done just in 2 hours. In fact, that is very good. I think earlier I said that I was going to do a stopwatch thing, but no, I just used a Pomodoro timer instead. So, yay! And now I'm going to have a cider. And I might watch an episode of Poirot. And I'm gonna make burgers actually. I really fancy some burgers. So, I must say I am tired. I was gonna maybe edit some videos today, but no, I just don't have that in me. Gosh, no. I didn't really want to... No offense, okay, no offense, but I really didn't want to come back to do this, last portion of this video, but I said that I would, and now I am. And I'm really pleased with that, because it means I'm following through on my word. Yay. So the videos I did was this one, Ramble and Roses, I guess we can call it. And I did a humming video. I also did a grief relief video. And, oh yeah, lastly I did a fairy language video in which I speak in a language of the fairies. So I don't know which of those will be up before this is up, because this won't be the next one I edit just because it's longer and I really want to get one up tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow with a coffee I'll do some editing. Or will I? Maybe. Just head right out to a coffee shop and spend tomorrow editing and then take my days off on Monday and Tuesday. Maybe. I'm going to be traveling soon actually to see my dad in New Jersey, so I'm hoping to get a few videos up and scheduled, or at least filmed, because then I can edit while I'm away. Yeah. Well, I am tired, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna bid you all good night and Godspeed. And from me and my roses and my sheepskin rug here, we'll all wish you the goodest of tidings, the best of tidings, if you will. And I am going to crack open that cider. Okay, thank you for listening. I